Welcome back to the Listen Up Podcast, where we analyze a new album each week. I'm Jamie, and this week we've got me, Nick,
Woo!
Jordan,
Certified freak, 7 days a week. Got that one.
and joining us this week once again is Nick's possibly better half, Samuel.
All right, what's up, y'all? Back for round two.
There we go. This week, we're going to be taking a look at Tryhard by the band Camino, released in 2019, and it was picked by Samuel. Samuel, why did you choose this album for us this week?
I really like these guys. I didn't think that much about them whenever they were first releasing their stuff, and this is it was their newest album at the time. They're starting to release singles for another album, but at the time, I actually saw them live. Imagine that. I hadn't done that in a while, but I saw them live, and
now it's impossible.
Yeah. And they're really good live, so this album kind of just stuck with me. And I got to meet him, which was cool. I didn't think I was going to get to meet him.
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know you met them.
Yeah, the story behind that is one of my really good friends now. His girlfriend bought them like private access tickets, and then they broke up. So then she was like, "Hey, do you want these?" And I was like, "Sure." So then I just like slid in and got private tickets to one of the shows.
Dang. Heartless.
Yeah.
Start playing the Kanye West intro behind you.
Yeah.
How could you be? Yeah, because I remember I hadn't really heard of them, and then I think the first time I heard of them was when I saw your Instagram post, or wherever you posted, with them, and I was like, oh, I guess Samuel really likes them? I don't really know who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have a ton of, like, this is their only album out. They have some EPs and singles, but they don't have a ton of songs out with how many monthly listeners they have. Like, I was surprised.
I mean, that's pretty good, right? Isn't that how you want it to be if you're a band?
Yeah, but they have close to 3 million monthly listeners with only one album out and like a bunch of EPs and singles.
That's pretty, yeah, because aren't a few songs on this album, weren't they like from EPs before or something like that? Yeah. I saw that a couple of them were.
I know that What I Want was from before, and maybe a couple other ones were too, but...
Gotcha.
So Jordan and Nick, did you have any familiarity with the band before this week?
Just from Samuel. Samuel started playing them a little bit after he went to their concert, but before that, I think I'd heard them mentioned in passing from like random different people. Didn't one of your roommates, weren't they like his favorite band for a while, Samuel?
Yeah, Ethan really liked him for a while, and Travis liked him too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But aside from hearing their name, I hadn't heard any of their music until you started playing it. Mm-hmm. And this is pretty much, I think this album is the extent that I know their music. That's a terrible way to say that sentence. These are the only songs that I know by them, I think, because I think they're the only songs that Samuel has played by them.
They're also the only ones I know. Jordan, did you have any familiarity?
Again, I feel like for some reason they're referenced in pop culture a lot. Like I don't know why, but I feel like I've heard the name the band Camino a lot for some reason. But I can't like pinpoint where. Maybe I'm tripping, but
I kind of had that. I had heard of them before I saw Samuel's post, but I never like listened to their music. But I kind of had that too. I feel like I'd seen their name before. Like they were a familiar name, but I had no idea just any of like their actual music. So I don't know. Maybe you're onto something there. We gotta get on that. Do some sleuthing or not.
Camino sleuthing.
There wasn't there? Is there still a place? It was like a bakery in Winston that was called like Camino Bakery or some shit, right?
I think there is.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure it's a coffee shop, right? Called Camino.
Yeah. They've got
maybe
like,
that's why.
Oh, that could be it. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of too.
It was on that same little stretch as Mellow Mushroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they've got really good lemon cake from what I remember.
Lemon cake.
I remember eating there one time.
Yeah, I've eaten there a couple times, and we definitely would stop there after like going to Cranky's and hanging out for a while. We would kind of go there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think I joined like a, I don't know. I was going to say it was swim people, but I think it was just our friend group. We decided to go downtown one time.
That sounds kind of familiar. I remember trying to do that. I remember trying to do that more in high school. Like towards the end of it, where we were it was just like our senior year or whatever. I was trying to do that more. Oh Lord, it appears we've lost Samuel
has exited the Discord call.
Okay.
We're gonna see if we can. Yep, we're gonna see if.
All right, we are back. Samuel dropped out briefly from the Discord, but audio is still there, so we're still good.
Let's hope it doesn't happen.
Jamie,
again.
you didn't want to include our discussion of internet speed?
Oh no, I thought I would leave that one out. I didn't feel like that one necessarily needed to stay in the cut. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling on editing day.
Everybody dislike this video because Jamie. We hate
don't
self-sabotage.
If everyone dislikes, we'll have like 5 dislikes. We can't live with those ratios.
The ratios will bury us.
I was gonna say we're gonna get shadow banned, but I already like with moving stuff this week. The upload schedule is gonna be so erratic that it just won't push anything. I just burped right in the mic. I'm freaking losing it, man. Yeah, so
losing host privilege.
Not having any familiarity with it. I guess I'll say I enjoyed this album, not having any familiarity. I think I liked the last one you chose for us a little bit more. I don't know why. Yeah. But I still enjoyed listening to this one this week. What about you two, Nick and Jordy?
I think I'm in the same boat. I enjoy like about half of this album, and the other half is like it's fine. Like I don't hate it, but I think I liked it was "Steady Glow" by In Her Own Words.
Yes.
Right, was the last album. Yeah, I think I like that a little more, which might not be reflected in my rating. I'm not sure, but we'll.
It's okay. We're hella
we'll
inconsistent on here. So.
I'll look at the rating and double check you.
I double checked my rating for In Her Own Words. Before we did this, I gave it a 5.5, and I was surprised. I was like, I thought I liked it a little more than that. But sorry, Samuel.
That's good.
It's a brotherly feud on this podcast.
I guess so.
If you ever come on and you have to review one of my albums, just give it a 2.
All right.
You get a 2 pass. Jordan, how did you feel about the album this week?
I thought it was okay. Weirdly enough, I always hate saying this, but it was a little too instrument heavy for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more about music with less instruments.
Beats. No, I'm more like beats. You know, I'm more of a beat guy. But
like you like borscht a lot.
I like. Wait, what?
Did you say?
Isn't that like beet wine? Isn't it borscht or something like that?
Beet wine. That's what you're.
That's strike 2, Jamie.
No, what was strike 1?
Strike 1 was cutting the internet speed discussion.
Oh no! 3 strikes and I'm out?
Strike 2 was referencing borscht, whatever that
is. Look, you gotta keep it interesting. Borscht, it livens up the group a little bit.
But overall, it was decent. I'll talk a little bit more, but I was looking at the lead singer's name. Wasn't it isn't her name like Candace or something?
What?
No one say it. I swear to God.
Don't do it.
No one say it. No one say it. No one do
it. I'm sorry, dude. I'll see if I can get you. Anyways,
isn't their last name like Sugma or something?
I was seeing, dude. I was seeing if I could get you. Anyways. But no, it was pretty decent. Didn't love it, but that's not gonna be every album. So
I thought it was interesting.
You didn't hate it,
I didn't know there were 2 different people who sang different parts on a couple of the songs.
Yeah,
like I think I think a guy named Spencer sang the chorus on Daphne Blue, and like the first verse and the first chorus on Break Me. Is that what the last song's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I hadn't noticed that when you played it in the car before. It was funny to learn that.
I learned that live in concert too. The other guy started singing, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I got 2."
Okay.
I noticed. Yeah, the first couple times I didn't notice it, but then there was one of the times I was listening to it, I was like, I think that's a different voice. And then the next time I heard it, I was like, okay, this is 100% someone else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was like stuff like that, you know. It keeps a little more lively.
Yeah.
I was also gonna say, like, I don't know how else to describe this, but like, I think in Break Me, it sounds like my. Okay, this is not trying to be insulting. It sounds like my like Christian band group at like church where they're like playing and then they kind of stop like the riff for a second to like sing a chorus or something, and then like the lyrics aren't like that, but like the sound is kind of, because I don't listen to a lot of like live music. It just sounds very like that. That's the closest thing I have to like what it sounds like to me, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's funny. And it's kind of. Oh.
No, you go.
I was gonna say it actually. It's funny that you say that because I listen, you know, to a lot of live music and stuff, and I kind of had a similar thought on a couple of songs. I was like, this sounds a little like, and I don't know if that speaks more to kind of what this is, or if that's just what like contemporary Christian music tries to emulate to catch people in. But I also had a few thoughts where I was like, this sounds a little like, because I haven't, I had it at a more local church, not at the one that I grew up in, but at a different church. I had heard that was mainly my main exposure to like contemporary Christian rock music. And yeah, I kind of had the same thoughts where like, this is like not in necessarily a bad way or anything. It just kind of, it brought up that kind of part of my memory a little bit more. And I thought that was an interesting thing for what otherwise is, I mean, I guess this would be like kind of, what like softer pop punk, like more poppy pop punk music than less punk and more pop. So it was kind of, I thought it was funny that there was that had enough semblance to that kind of music that I had that thought.
I could kind of see that because I thought about it as kind of pop rock, but I could see it as more pop than punk, pop punk, like you were saying, that because the
pop punk,
yeah,
papa perking a blackout, blowing her black.
Oh, good.
But the nature of some of there's some kind of like glossy synthy stuff and like a little bit of piano every now and then that you wouldn't really hear in other pop punk. Certainly not in her own words, or like. I guess not Fall Out Boy. I don't know. I don't listen to a lot of Fall Out Boy or pop punk in general. Yeah, but yeah, I agree with you. Opinion seconded.
Nice.
Nice.
Great podcast discourse.
Yes, very.
You're right.
Pop.
You're right.
Pop.
I
yes,
agree.
You're right.
That's like the damn discussion post thing. I agree with what you said here.
Post 3 replies. Yes, you are correct.
Also, every now and then, and this is absolutely not like a dig. I know that they get clowned on a lot, but I actually like their music, some of it, their earlier stuff. But some of the songs were like a harder rock version of like Imagine Dragons a little bit.
Bro, Imagine Dragons not even that bad. They just got really, really popular, so now it's fun to hate
people,
on them.
Well, people really clown on them. Now, granted, their music
Believer
did go downhill.
Yeah, Believer.
Like, but I love Night Vision still. Night Vision's their first album. That's a good album.
Night Vision was a really good album.
Night Vision's deluxe version. Every song is good. But yeah, and so some of the stuff on here, it was like if you had Imagine Dragons and then gave it a little more distortion and a little more power chords, and I thought that was also kind of I just triggered that part of my brain to my memory. Oh, Jordan doesn't look like he agrees.
Interesting. This album, you're saying that
Jordan's
for?
Pissed. Jordan's so mad. Oh my god.
I'm angry.
Yeah, not like all of it, but some notes like Hush Hush, I think was the one where I wrote that note down. There were some other songs, but Hush Hush was the one most for me. Where I was like, oh, okay, I liked it. That's like one of my favorite songs on the album, though. So it's not a critique; it's just an observation.
Bless you.
I don't know. I feel like I like Imagine Dragons way more than Yes.
But Jordan, Imagine Dragons uses instruments.
Yes, I know. But they go like this. It's where my demons hide. It's where my demons are. You fall like a Dude, that is just so hype. Dude, it's just so hype.
I like that song because it makes me think of Breaking Amish.
What?
They used for that Breaking Amish show. They used demons as like the
really?
commercial song. So I cannot listen to that song and not picture like the
Amish
B-roll of Breaking Amish. Or it was either Breaking Amish or like Amish Mafia or some shit. I don't remember.
I'm so sorry, Jim.
Hell yes. Amish Mafia, baby.
Fever Dream. I don't remember. I never watched the show.
That was the peak of culture. Amish Mafia on the A&E.
Is that what
Duck
it was
Dynasty
on?
also airing at the same
I
time.
don't know what. Wait, what'd you say?
It's probably A&E or some shit.
Bar Rescue on Spike
Dude,
TV.
John Tapper, bro, that's my guy, dude. Oh gosh, all the TV we used to.
This bar sucks.
This bar. You call that how you make a drink, man? Oh,
Dude, Pawn Stars, Storage Wars.
Oh,
I put
Wars.
in my 10,000 hours on Pawn Stars. Let me tell you what. That was my
more of a
jam.
Storage Wars guy.
Yeah, let me call my antique horse bridle guy. He's always got a guy, bro.
Let me call him my autograph specialist.
I guess we want to start getting into some Samuels. Some Samuels. What the hell did I just say?
I don't
Some
know, bro.
specifics.
How many
Samuels, do you
Samuels
want
we
to
got?
start us off since you chose this album? That's what I was trying to say.
You want me to start off with some specifics?
Yes,
Do it.
you know, get a little more deeper.
Nitty gritty.
All right,
Jordan
well-
has left the mic. You're good, Sam. Good.
I guess I'll start off with my favorite song on the album.
Okay.
But I think my favorite song on the album was probably Daphne Blue.
Okay.
And then
All right.
second favorite, I really like Haunted. Haunted and See Through are kind of tied, but then
Mhm.
favorite song on the album probably is Daphne Blue. That one it gets stuck in my head like so easily.
Yeah, I think my favorites were Hush Hush, Daphne Blue, and actually I liked Haunted and I liked Farsighted probably equally for me.
Oh yeah.
I think. What you have anything specific about those songs you really want to mention?
Yeah, when I was doing some like research for this, I'd never really paid attention like actually to their lyrics. I just kind of listened to like the music, I guess. But I actually kind of like how the lyrics of Daphne Blue they all like play around the theme of like color, I guess.
Mhm.
Where he says things like seeing shades of you when I don't want to, hesitate to say the ocean could hold a candle to your eyes. And then like now I'm wishing that I was colorblind and stuff like that. All those lyrics when I was reading them, they actually stood out to me.
Yeah, I liked that line. Specifically the colorblind line. You shut the door and cut me open. Now I'm wishing I was colorblind.
I hesitate to say the ocean could hold a candle to your eyes. You shut the door and cut me open. Now I'm wishing I was colorblind, 'cause I see shades of you.
Yeah.
I really like that line from just a songwriting standpoint. I think it's a pretty clever writing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they write. I didn't actually research this, but I'm pretty sure they like write all their songs too.
Mm-hmm.
But also just the opening riff of Daphne Blue. Is just good.
And that's one of the reasons I think it gets stuck in my head, is because the song has such a catchy riff.
Yeah, that one in Hush Hush for me, the chorus of Hush Hush.
Hush, hush, don't give it away. We'll both be better off if no one knows. Hush, hush, got nothing to say. Just keep it to yourself till we get home. Don't touch, they're looking away. If anybody asks, we left alone. Hush, hush, don't give it away.
I really enjoy, but that was the more, I guess catchier parts of the album for me.
Yeah.
When I was looking it up a little bit more.
When I was looking it up online, I think it was saying that beginning riff of Daphne Blue is like that's their sound check riff. Whenever they're just like gonna do stuff when they're recording, and they were just like, let's throw this in the song, and then it's like one of the best riffs on the album.
Weird.
But,
yeah, it's funny. That's how some like really famous riffs come about like that. That's how Kashmir by Led Zeppelin came about.
oh really?
Oh, really?
It was just like a sound check riff that they would Jimmy Page would do. This is approximately the truth,
The story.
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure that he was like listening to it, and he would play it in reverse of the actual riff, and then he was like, I wonder what that would sound like just if I put it, just in the studio. And they did it, and they're like, oh, this could do something. And then they made Kashmir, which is like one of the most famous guitar riffs of all time. But yeah, that was the same thing where it was just what he would play at soundcheck, and then he was like, what if I descended instead of ascended? And then Kashmir. And then 7 minutes later,
one of my favorite.
I enjoy it.
One of my favorite Dawes songs, From the Right Angle, was kind of made like that. I heard him talk about their singer Taylor Goldsmith. I heard him in a podcast talk about that's how some of their songs come about, is when they're doing sound check. They just like start jamming together, and they figure out a good rhythm and a melody, and they're like, yeah, this is a song. And then he writes lyrics for it, and they just have a song for their next album. And he said he said in the podcast he thought he remembered From the Right Angle being written that way. And that's just, it's another one of those funny instances of one of your favorite songs not having like someone's entire heart poured into them. Like it might be one of your like most emotionally significant songs by an artist, or like or just one of your overall favorites, and then you hear the story behind it and you're like, oh wow, they kind of just threw that together. Cool. Mm-hmm. Like a Comeback Story by Kings of Leon.
Mm-hmm.
Like they said that I walked a mile in your shoes, now I'm a mile away and I've got your shoes. Like they say it much more poetically in the chorus, but right. It was just something that their grandpa used to say. And they were like, yeah, we just made that the chorus of a song.
and that's like one of my favorite songs by them. I love that song.
But back to the Camino, fellas.
Oh, I did want to say the intro, like the start of Daphne Blue that you were talking about, that one gives me very it makes me think of the classic rock that very much like Rock You Like a Hurricane by the Scorpions. And then some of Van Halen stuff. Just the tone of it.
Yeah.
It felt very like 80s hard-ish classic rock to me. And maybe that's a reason I really like it. I don't know. But I just thought that was an interesting little nugget.
Little nug.
Little McNugget.
Little nugget.
Little McNugget. Mommy, make a nugget, please. Mommy, make a nugget, please.
We've descended.
Oh God, Jordy's hungry. Well, this is because it's weird, bro. We're doing this in the afternoon. It's weird vibes. Weird vibes.
Usually it's like
kind of like it
right after dinner. The food's settling in. You got a little post dinner buzz.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're
I don't know.
You're chilling it.
Yeah, I always have a post-dinner buzz.
Jordan, you're buzzed off life.
That is true, bro. That is true. It's just... Oh, I was going to make a joke. Never mind.
Oh. All right. Never mind. Jordan is no longer making a joke.
Everyone, Jordan is not making a joke. Just to be clear.
Anyway, I was going to say...
Go ahead, Jordan.
No, you were definitely talking first. Sorry, no, go.
No.
Come on, go.
I was just to say, I there's a few guitar solos that I actually really like on this album. I like the Hush Hush solo.
Yeah, that
one I liked a lot. The other one I wrote down, the guitar solo in Honest. I also really enjoy that one.
I was gonna say that was probably my favorite song. Was Honest.
Honest.
The intro is just really like that one little like chime where it's like, and then it goes into like the song.
And that stays through the whole song, doesn't it? Like it's kind of in the background, or am I thinking of the wrong?
I can't remember.
I think it might be, but I'm not sure off the top of my head.
I think it's
silly.
I think I tried to listen for it in the rest of the song, and I don't think I noticed it. But there's,
like, I'm gonna be honest.
it might have been Hush Hush.
Yeah.
There was a song that I didn't. That was one of my not one of my least favorites, but just one I didn't like as much off the album that had that kind of chime in the chorus. It was either, I think it was Hush Hush. It wasn't Haunted. Those were probably my two least favorite. But
really,
yeah.
Interesting.
I know you said both of those were like two of your favorites, right, Jamie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
podcast clash.
Oh no, the Discourse.
Clash of the podcasters.
Yeah, I think Daphne Blue, Hush Hush, and Honest, and Farsighted probably my top ones on the album.
Gotcha.
I like Farsighted a lot. I like the chorus a lot. The whole once again, from a songwriting point of view, I really like the words. Now the chorus is, I wrote down a shorthand note, and much like every other shorthand note I try to write, I cannot decipher it.
Yes, the perfect notes are the ones that you can't understand after you take them.
Yeah, but it's the end of the chorus. The part I specifically like is I keep looking, but I'm farsighted, wearing me out. I can't get any sleep at night. I keep running, but I can't hide it. I'm so close, but I'm farsighted. Like, damn, that's good writing, because like if you're farsighted, you can't see close up. So I just thought that was a very once again a very clever songwriting bar. Bars Camino bars. I thought it was I thought it was interesting for, I don't know how old these guys are, but to be singing about being farsighted is just funny, because that's usually like older people like getting reading glasses, like 40-year-old people, not old people. I didn't say old. I sald older. Wow.
You said old, bro.
Nick's ageist.
Ageist podcast.
Nick thinks 25 is old.
I'm old at 22.
Dude, kids will say that shit. Like I've seen like the TikTok thing where, first of all, it's really stupid, the whole like Gen Z versus millennials, all of that's so dumb. But one thing it made me realize that blew my mind was there were people saying that like 28 to 30, like you're already kind of old people. I was like, what are you talking about? It blew my mind.
You're just old, Jamie.
My whole life I've never thought that. I always thought old was like 55.
Because you haven't been old your whole life, bruh.
What?
I'm kidding, sorry.
No, but I just, even when I was younger, I was like, oh, you're not old until you're like 55.
Yeah.
I feel like I thought old was like 20. Like not like old, but like I'm like, dang, I'm never gonna live to 20, bro. That's like so far in the future, you know?
Yeah, see, I never had that. Vic kind of had that where she was like 30, like 35 is like 35 or 40 is like where you start. And I'm like, the old years aren't until you're like 60. What?
I know.
I don't know.
You can still do some good, some good.
Wait, Bro, my bones already hurt. I'm only 22 years old. My joints
Your
are
knees
creaking.
pop every time you move them.
My knees do pop a lot. Anytime I squat, knees be cracking. I can crack my back like by just like tweaking my hips to the left.
Crazy.
It's a great time. My
They get
body is
arthritis at
crumbling
30.
every day.
Samuel, what's another specific note you've got for us? Some more specifics. We've been hogging the airspace.
I mean, I like the like I was talking about the theme of Daphne Blue. I like the theme of Haunted a lot too. Just a lot of the songwriting plays into how he's like his house feels haunted because like the girl he loved left.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the I can't really think of any of the main lyrics right now, but I like the bridge of Haunted a lot too because it almost gets faster, or I think it does get faster. It gets faster and it like you can almost feel like he's almost begging, or like it feels kind of desperate.
You're still here, even though you're gone. You disappear when the lights come on. You're still the one that I dream about. Now I'm stuck in a nightmare and I can't get out. Can you say my name? Feel you touch my skin. No, it's all in my head, but I keep giving in. You were the one I always wanted. You were the one that left me haunted. White noise coming from
Yeah.
Like he's kind of freaking out a little bit.
True,
Like the end
true.
of the last lyrics of the bridge. I remember that. He says like, "You were the one I always wanted." Shit,
Yeah.
what is it? You were the one I always wanted, and now you left, and it's haunted, or something like that. That's not word for word, but I just really like the theme and the lyrical portion of that song too.
Yeah, it's no, it's all in my head, but I keep giving in. You were the one I always wanted. You were the one that left me haunted.
That's
And
what
then
it was.
goes back,
Yeah.
like the white noise coming. Yeah, and I really like that part too. And that kind of made me think whenever I was listening to it. I don't know if it was intentional or what, but like it felt a little like a callback to where the first song on the album is What I Want, and he's basically singing about just kind of like wanting. It's part of it seems like it's a breakup song and then also like a desperation song, but I didn't know if it was like an intentional callback. But when I was listening to that, I was like, oh, like earlier he said what I want, and now he says it's what he wanted. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe, probably not, but maybe it's just happenstance. But
That'd be cool.
Kind of made me think a little bit. Yeah, it'd be clever if so, and if not, it's just a funny coincidence.
My man
Yeah.
is sad.
My man is sad.
I say that as we have a running joke that I just listen to Radiohead all the time.
Radiohead and cry.
Yeah, Samuel, Nick's down bad if he doesn't talk to you in a while.
He's down bad.
Yeah.
Permanently. Even whenever I get a girlfriend, I'm still going to be down bad.
No, you're not. Don't
It's
say
just the
that.
running joke.
Dude,
Forever
I
down
might
bad.
have to get some of this yerba mate. It's got me cracked right now.
People love it. Kenny Beats
Yeah.
really loves it.
Yeah, it's a tea that like my dad has always had the powder. I used to drink some in high school senior year. That's what I would have instead of coffee because my parents
Sunburned
aren't
latte, did you
they
say?
aren't coffee drinkers.
Mhm.
But that's what I made before this. I put some like it's like the powder kind that you mix into hot water, and
Okay.
it tastes really good. And I don't know, I feel like yeah, I mean it
Annoying?
feels good. It's
Oh,
it's kind of like I drink a strong cup of coffee, but
Yeah, I've only seen it in those
Probably
cans, like
borderline
those
better
yellow
for me.
cans that are always
Mhm.
real expensive.
Yeah.
yeah, I know people love those. I think I had one of those. I think someone was like giving one
Yeah.
away in like
We got them
Wolf
for free
Plaza or
outside of
something.
town.
Yeah, and they were good. You're right. They're like prohibitively expensive. So
Never heard
I don't buy
prohibitively
those.
used in that context.
Prohibitively expensive.
Yeah,
Y'all tried the dragon fruit Red Bull?
Yeah, I like it a
yeah,
lot.
it was good.
Yeah, it's not bad. It is a little earthy, but like it's not as overly sweet as like the other ones.
Really?
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I like it a lot, and it tastes more like Vic was like, "Man, dragon fruit does not taste like this," and I was like, "Well, if you buy dragon fruit here, it doesn't, but like in the when we went to high school, when we went to Hawaii, before freshman year with my grandpa, and I had dragon fruit there. Hawaii. That it actually tasted more like that. It was like a different kiwi.
Okay, yeah,
and I really like kiwi, and yeah, I was like, dude, this is delicious. And then I got one.
It's pronounced Kauai.
No, and then I got one when we got back here, and I was just like, man, this is underwhelming. So yeah. Hawaii dragon fruit also way better than stateside.
Yeah, the only dragon fruit I've had was from like Lowe's Foods.
Yeah, and from there, I just taste like nothing to me.
Yeah, it just tasted like water.
Yeah.
It just looks cool.
I ate it. I've ever had. Yeah, it does.
I ate a tomato today that tasted like water. I was so sad.
Yeah, I know you love your tomatoes.
I'm a big tomato guy.
Tomate.
Your tomates.
Nicholas loves the tomate.
Agreed. Yes.
So Jordan, you said that your favorite track was "Honest." Did you have any other like notable things about the album, or just mainly sticking?
No, again, there was just a lot of like riffs. It was I think this album was very riff heavy.
Rift.
I just heard him, like belting out on the guitar a lot.
It's riff.
But that's like the
without just so you know, it's without the T. It's riff.
I thought it was riff. Wait, so it's not rift?
Yeah. It's RIFF.
Wow, dude. I've been
no,
I
understand the mistake. Rift is like a real word, and riff is less of a real word. So I understand. And I wasn't sure if you were doing that like intentionally or like Vic and some of her like Vic, and I've heard other people, but Vic does it where they'll say like harness or across. They add an ED that sounds like a T at the end. They say like harnessed. So I didn't know if it was that, but yeah, just so you know, it is. So you don't get bullied if you ever try to say it, in person to a different group of people. But yeah, it is very, and this kind of music I think is very riff heavy, and that's like that's the punk influence of it. That's kind of a hallmark of punk, was like how anti-establishment are your riffs.
Yeah,
I just want to say sound off in the comments below if you want to roast Jordan for saying a rift.
What?
That's how Nick drives up
30 things that we should roast Nick for right now. I'm just kidding. I can't. He's too sweet. He's
too wholesome. Sweet.
Too wholesome.
Oh no.
Hungies. Wholesome Among Us memes.
Among Us. Among Us.
Among Us. But yeah. So again, all the songs kind of. Again, they weren't super my style, just because they did have like the same. Same. What am I trying to say? What word?
I don't know.
Baka?
No, the same like kind of archetype for like each song. I feel like a little bit.
They definitely they are all in a similar style. I think
maybe that's just me listening to. Sorry. What, Jamie?
I was gonna say it's kind of you've talked about it in the past. I could see it falling into the camp of like. They're all very similar in style. There are differences, but the differences are more nuanced. So, like, to the untrained ear that yours would be, I could see how they would definitely kind of blur together more, if that's what you're trying to say. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it seemed like that's where you were going with that.
No, it's one of those things where it's like, again, it kind of blends together because it's a new kind of genre of music to me. I just hear a lot of guitar strumming and stuff, so
I get that.
Not that was bad. I just it's new to me, so I just it was I had to digest it a little bit,
Yeah, I get that. I could definitely see that.
I don't think you can have that excuse anymore, Jordan. With how many alt rock albums we've picked.
This is pop punk, my guy.
Yeah, but it's still guitar driven music.
I don't know, dude. I think I can have that excuse, but
not. I think you're used to it. I think you just still don't like it.
Okay, fine. I will say I don't like it. Also, really, what if it's? I guess I can't actually tell the difference right now.
Maybe if we just keep making you listen to guitar-driven
That's
music,
just what we'll
maybe it'll
choose
just
the rest
feed
of the
it
time.
into you.
You will learn.
Please.
You will learn.
Save me, Blueface.
Please.
I think it's also that these guys kind of sit on like definitely a middle ground between pop punk and like pop rock. Because
Mhm.
like I listen to a lot of pop punk myself, and I can see some of it in these guys, but I definitely wouldn't say they're 100% pop punk. But then like I wouldn't say they're 100% pop rock either. So I think they're somewhere in between.
What would,
All right, maybe it's a genre I don't love. Okay, Nick. Okay.
I didn't mean to call you out. I just wanted to mess with you.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
What
Roast me in the comments again. Roast me in the comments. Go ahead.
What is a good example of a pop rock band?
Halsey.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
I don't know.
actually-
I mean, pop
listen
rock
to
is
Halsey
kind
show.
of. I guess
Is
it's
New
like,
Imagine Dragons like pop rock?
probably like New
Yeah.
Imagine Dragons, like what fucking
Is New
Walk-
Panic?
I bet.
Is New Panic pop rock?
I could see some stuff on what is it? High Hopes. Was that the name of the album? I don't remember.
Gotta have high hopes for a living, shooting for the
Yeah, that would be a little bit because it's that kind of thing where rock is just it's like one of those. It's like indie. It's so catch all. Basically, it just means like, is there an electric guitar that has a significant presence? So I would throw. I mean, probably like pop rock to me is like, Walk the Moon is definitely in there.
Oh yeah.
Just similar stuff in that vein.
I'd say 21 Pilots
Yeah.
too. I think of them for pop rock.
Yeah, I would definitely throw them in that camp if I had to name like mainstream bands right now.
Yeah.
And it's kind of it's a genre that I've lost my finger on the pulse of as time has gone on. I feel like I used to listen to more of that.
I feel like Phoenix maybe a little bit. They're also kind of like just indie pop.
Yeah.
Also
Yeah, probably
kind of-
they'd probably be somewhere in there.
Yeah. Depending on what album you pick.
Yeah.
I should
Listomania.
subject you to I should subject you to a Phoenix album, Jamie. I know you're not the biggest fan.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Phoenix guy.
Wolfgang
subject
Because they're
Yes.
French.
To anything
Oh,
rap related.
I actually love America, so I can't like any French bands.
Hi ho.
But I love Les Mis.
But I love Les Mis.
honorable choice.
That's funny.
Samuel, you got more specific notes you wanna get out
What
get
are
out
your
there for us?
specific notes, Jamie? Huh?
I've pretty much
your-
run the list of mine.
It was a very short album too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only like 8 songs.
I think it's technically an
26
EP.
minutes.
I don't know that it's technically classified as an album. I
Yeah.
think I was seeing stuff when I was looking at like Genius. They kept saying Tryhard EP, so
Oh.
you know it kind of contributes to the
Spotify
brevity.
is incorrect.
Well, I don't know who's right.
Spotify might have some type of technical classification where after you have so many songs, it has to classify it as an album or something.
That's what because in my
Yeah.
head, in my head, like an EP is 4 songs. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
you know, it is what it is.
The definitions are a little
Easy.
looser nowadays.
Looser like Nick.
Wait.
Oh wait,
Whoa.
Whoa.
can we
I didn't
leave
mean
that?
Yes, you can.
I don't know. Fake news.
Dude, who cares if people knows that Nick is loose, okay, bro?
I was just gonna gloss past it. And then-
Right.
Now it's in there twice.
let me keep saying it.
But
I don't think I have much more specific notes. I liked See Through. We haven't talked about that song a whole lot.
yeah,
Mhm.
I like See
But
Through a
just-
lot too.
Yeah, just the fast-paced rhythm of the chorus.
Yeah, I don't really
I don't have a
know
bunch
exactly what it's called, but like in the chorus, whenever I want to say like the guitar stops, like it'll strum and it'll like stop real quick and then like go into another strum.
I'll be outside, I've been cooped up, bloodshot. I need a ride, will you pick up? Couldn't get it right, and you're sleeping on me now. Woke up standing in the middle of the street somehow. Rebound, feeling like a rerun. Everything that we've done, funny how it all played out. You couldn't looking at me like I'm see-through, but I gotta see you. I should've
if that makes sense. I don't really know.
I think I know what you mean. Just like, yeah, I know what you mean. Like super short guitar riffs that you mute and don't let them like ring all the way out.
Yeah, and like the whole chorus is just kind of that. That part sounds cool.
Gotcha.
But I have a couple more things. Not a whole lot though. I kind of already ran through it. But it was cool listening to him talk about Farsighted whenever I listened to him live, because he like almost got kind of choked up just because of the nature of what that song's about, and he like went into singing it. So that song was just really cool to listen to live.
That's cool.
What else do I have? It's cool how they use both of their singers sometimes, like in Break Me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I also forgot to say this band got in a little bit of hot water at one point because it was a 4-person band back during Tryhard, but then it's a 3-person band now. I don't know if they got a new guy, but their bassist kind of was being a little scummy. Like he was kind of something about he was like using his position in the band to like talk to fans and then like being weird with them. But
maybe that's why I heard about him before.
Yeah. I was proud of the Band Camino though,
caught some of that.
As soon as like the allegations came out, like literally 24 hours later, they were like, "He's out of the band."
Yeah, see, that's exactly, that's great. That's exactly what we want,
Because I don't think any of them knew anything about it, but
that's like there's a kind of like a little psychedelic alt rock band that I like called Real Estate, and they'd probably put out like 3 or 4 albums with their lead guitarist, and they'd been together for probably like a decade, and stuff came out about him, like I think like being like really emotionally abusive to his like past girlfriends and stuff, and they were like, yeah, he's gone. We got a new guy.
Yeah,
the proper response.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, it like I guess it is like, it's not confirmation bias, but it like solidifies my like, yes, I'm fine with supporting this company or like artists or stuff whenever stuff like that comes out. Like when Rooster Teeth had the stuff break out and they were like, yeah, these people are fucking gone. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
It was reaffirming. That's the word that I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
Not to take away from your story by just telling my story, Sammy. But,
no.
But I understand.
Yeah.
Everybody loves the conversation guy when someone says something bad happened to them, and the other person says, "Oh, that same thing happened to me."
Okay, here's my story.
Okay, but here it is.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But I
one other thing.
That's... Oh, go ahead.
Okay, one other thing that I saw, it was in the chorus of Daphne Blue. It was just clever songwriting, or clever lyric writing again. I didn't realize where he says, "You've got me wanting some body-on-body contact" in part of the song, but the actual like line ends on some. So it looks like he just says, "You've got me wanting some body-on-body contact," but if you read it as a sentence, it says like, "You've got me wanting somebody." So like, it kind of just plays into him wanting the person who's talking about it even more. I didn't notice that the first time I listened to it, but
that's clever.
I also did not notice that.
Gotta love a little line feed in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A little tickling of the ivories.
Wait,
William.
I don't.
My ivories is in this case being my brain.
The keys of your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I forgot that expression comes from, were piano keys made of ivory?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess so.
Huh. The phrase "pulling out all the stops" comes from church organ playing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Pass the buck comes from old out west gambling, like poker games.
Say pass the bug?
Mm-hmm. Pass the buck.
Oh, the
buck stops here, that kind of thing. You'd pass around like a little thing of buckshot for like the next, I think, like the dealer or something. I don't remember why, but I know it comes from that.
I was talking to some of my friends the other day, and they had never heard the phrase "a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush."
Oh, really?
I was like, have you never
Birdie
heard what?
Bush? Yeah, that's kind of crazy that they
I didn't
never
know
heard
what I didn't know what that meant. I think until I was like a sophomore in college, I was just so confused.
Yeah.
I still
I
barely.
was like, bird. Why is a bird in a bush? But it's like the guaranteed thing is worth the gamble of more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 I've never actually ever known that one.
My dad at one point
Really?
said a turkey in the oven is worth 2 in the field or something. I was like,
Same
I get-
thing.
yeah. Same thing.
Okay, Bryce.
Go, Dad. Hey, that's my dad
Your
too.
dad.
That is your dad, dude.
Same
Wow.
dad, same dad. So Samuel, you got any final thoughts before we slap our rating on her?
I already went through all my notes. I think I'm ready for
Okay.
the final rating.
Gotcha. Well, then you can start us off, and then Nick and Jordan, you guys get to fight for second and third, and then I'll go last and announce next week's episode.
All right. Well, I don't remember what I rated In Her Own Words. I think I rated that one a little low, but either way, I'm gonna give this one a crisp 8 out of 10
8 out of 10.
because
Wow.
I think some of the stuff could be better, but the stuff that they do right on the album is very good. I think.
It looks like you gave In Her Own Words, you gave it 8.5.
Oh, word. Okay, that's about right.
Like Maya gave it a little low, but
So Nick or Jordan, you can take her away.
I think I'm gonna give it the old. Well, I'll give it a 5.
Nice. Okay.
Not my favorite, not my least favorite. Saved a couple songs off of it.
Interesting. Gotcha. Jordan.
Interesting? Is it that interesting?
I think I'm going to give it a 4.
Okay.
Not. I just don't think it's my style of music,
Mhm.
but got some decent music on there, you know.
Gotcha. And I'll probably, I gave In Her Own Words a 7.5. So this one I'll probably cruise through with a nice 6.5. I'm thinking. I think that'll be
That's nice.
Fair.
Mm-hmm. And that brings it to an average score of 5.88, and it puts it at 44th between just below Witness, Soul Insight, Shoot for the Stars, and Remains, and right above Willie Nelson and Blueface.
No.
I'm still in
Fair
awe
enough.
that I picked Willie Nelson as the first album.
It's
I'm
crazy.
I'm gonna
Crazy.
say that every time his name comes up on this podcast.
It's fair. It was a
He's on his
choice.
fuck
It was a
boy
choice.
shit, dude.
Nice. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's pretty solid, you know.
Yeah, Samuel, I'm glad you came by. Sorry we keep doing your albums a disservice, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure
I'm
where
in it.
In Her Own Words wound up.
In Her Own Words wound up. Let's see, wound up 26th, so about the middle.
Oh, well, that's not too bad.
Yeah, you and Jordan gave it both a 5.5.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Not gonna lie, that surprised me a little bit. I figured In Her Own Words was a little more out of the, loop of popular music other than the Band Camino was.
Mhm.
But
I don't know.
I'm-
It scored highly. It scored higher across the board. Everyone scored it
Yeah.
a little bit higher. Yeah. Well, I guess with that, I can announce that next week we're gonna be doing Booty Shakers Ball by Vista Kicks, and we are going to be joined once again by Adam, our little baby boy
Booty
Adam,
Shaker's Ball.
boyfriend
Interesting.
of the famed Nikki Nasty. So we're gonna ride that very far away
She's
clout
like mega
trail.
famous now.
Yeah, she's we're gonna have to bring up how he's even more just the boyfriend of a more famous person. Definitely gonna
Nothing
be
wrong
bringing
with
that
that.
up.
Be a
No,
sugar
that's-
baby.
Yeah, no.
That's the dream, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess do we want to go through quickly what we've been listening to this week?
Yeah.
Jordan, what you got this week, Jordan?
Honestly, not that much. Pretty much the same thing as last week, except I'm listening to "Kiss Me More" by Doja Cat.
Yes,
So.
sir.
Okay, great song, featuring
It's good.
is it
SZA.
SZA? Yeah, that's right.
How dare you?
SZA. SZA.
How dare you forget SZA's sacred name?
Yeah, dude. Control, best album
Alright.
ever, dude. Come on, what are you talking about? Oh,
It's a great one.
Okay, yeah, no.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
I've been listening to the new Isaiah Rashad song. Not as much since it first came out. That new J. Cole
Are you still
interlude.
disappointed as much by it?
I'm not quite as disappointed as I was when it first came out. I like it more than I did. I know it wasn't your cup of tea, but I could use it as like a lobby beats playlist
Makes sense.
for Warzone.
This is a lobby beat.
A new album by a guy that's like super duper small. Like pretty much all his songs have less than 1,000 plays on Spotify. His name's Jake Manzi, possibly Manzi. The only reason I found out about him is because Dawes shouted him out because their drummer played on Jake Manzi's new record. But
Gotcha.
his album is called Whatever My Heart Allows, and it's pretty Dawes-ish music. I like it a lot. If you liked
Nice.
the Dawes album that we did, God, what was the album? It's
The one that we did?
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it.
Wasn't it like Ghost Stories or something like that?
Stories Don't End. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know
Yeah,
why
if you-
I always think of it as Ghost Stories.
Well, they're sitting around a campfire. I could see it. But if you like that, check out Jake Manzi. Duran Jones and the Indications came out with a new single. Leon Bridges came out with a new single too. All good.
Is it more his second album or his first album?
I'd say more first album. It's like very gospely.
I
It was really
listen.
good, and it was like
Sounds
5.5
like I
minutes
gotta-
long.
Sounds like I get a song I got to listen to.
Yeah, it wasn't quite as like slow paced spiritual gospel as River is, but there's a
Right.
lot of like gospel choir tendencies to it.
I'll give her a listen.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I've been listening to. So we've been moving the past like 4 days, kind of. So I haven't really listened to that much stuff. It's just been whenever I do a lot of driving, I listen to a lot of podcasts. So it's mostly been podcasts. I got to listen to my Discover Weekly this week. So maybe I'll have more to talk about next week from that. Yeah, I've also been listening to a lot more Doja Cat. Not just Kiss Me More, but also listen to Hot Pink
You're hot
a little bit more. I enjoy that album.
love you, Doja Cat. I love you.
So yeah, I just kind of listen to stuff like that. Nothing crazy.
Got you. What about you, Samuel?
I've actually been really into Metallica recently, the Black Album.
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
I kind of had that on repeat, but also I've been listening to that a lot. I've been listening to the new Kaleo album a good amount.
Mm.
Yes, I got to give that a listen. I really like their first album. I still haven't really checked out the new one.
It's good. I think my favorite song on that album is probably Alter Ego, and then Free the Slave
Okay.
is really good too.
Gotcha.
But I've been listening to those, a lot of In Her Own Words, kind of just always there. But
Okay.
that's about it for me.
I forgot to say, I found a really interesting band this week. They're called Idols, and I think I heard people classifying them as post-punk. I don't know, it's
Okay.
pretty hardcore stuff, but their lyrics are about like radical like acceptance and like super progressiveness. It's like
Interesting.
it's really interesting, and like they're not their newest album, but their second newest album is called Joy is an Act of Resistance, and like
Okay.
their music is like super hard, and if you watch them play live, they like go crazy, but all their lyrics are their lyrics involve some like some aggressive language, but it's always in support of like advancing like I was about to say some stupid crap of just being like kind and like standing up for people who need to be stood up for and things. It's interesting. Yeah. I might check him out if I'm in like a hardcore mood. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's kind of like
in a hard.
Yeah, IDLES.
Oh, okay, IDLES.
Yeah, they're British, so they're a little hard to understand sometimes because they're British and like yelling. But they're good.
Gotcha.
It's Tuesday, innit?
It's Tuesday.
Gotta save the people. They deserve rights as much as we did.
I think their biggest song is called "Never Fight a Man with a Perm," and the chorus is just the guy yelling "concrete to leather."
Like yelling the words "concrete to leather."
Mm-hmm.
Concrete to leather. Can't I see you the Peaky fucking blinders?
We get a copyright strike for not for the music we put in the podcast, but for stealing the Peaky Blinders line.
For stealing the Peaky Blinders tagline. Mm-hmm. Well, that's kind of like, in essence, what punk music is about, is like the outcasts of society rising up against the man. So, like, you know, I feel like that's pretty typical themes for the genre. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I give them a listen if I'm feeling angry.
Yeah, they're really interesting. I think to get the full message of their music, you might have to read some of the lyrics to the songs. But like
as is typical with especially British punk, British wave punk stuff. Yeah.
But the energy's there.
Pretty hard to eat.
Yeah, I watched most of one of their KEXP live performances, and they were going crazy.
I gotcha. Nice. Well, I guess with that, we can bring this one home. Just let me pull up. Oh, damn it. My iPad died. Dude,
it's an improv outro, baby. Let's go.
Jamie,
I can't do it. I'm going to forget something.
Jamie, go.
No! I've already got it pulled up.
You got it, Jamie, go.
All right. So,
loser.
Yeah. Yep. So we just wanted to say thanks for listening this week. Remember to tune in next week, where we're going to be taking a look at Booty Shaker's Ball by Vista Kicks with Adam once again. Be sure to check it out so you can kind of have your own thoughts and mentally join in the discussion with us a little bit. Feel free to throw a comment our way on your thoughts on this week's album or the episode on YouTube. Or if you want, you can also tweet them at us. We're on Twitter at ListUpPodcast. And that account, as well as all of our personal handles, are going to be in the description of wherever you found this podcast. We also ask, if you enjoyed this episode, throw a rating or review wherever you found this podcast. But for now, we'll catch you next week, and remember to listen up.